Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I'm hearing that you've got the Midas touch. You turn things into gold. You have a naturally abundant vibe. And it blesses not only you, but people around you as well. And people that you never notice are watching you. People that you never notice are hearing the words that you speak. But they are being blessed by your abundant vibe. It's natural. It flows naturally. All you have to do is be you. And you're abundant. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Okay, a couple. Woo. Confronting inner demons. This is something that you do so bravely. You're not afraid to see who you are, who you truly are inside on many different levels. When we talk about our inner demons, those are the things that tend to haunt a lot of people. But you won't be haunted because you confront all aspects of yourself. Past, present, future, light, dark. And because you're willing to do that brave work, you're able to accept all aspects of you. And not just accept it, but honor it. Yeah. Establishing emotional boundaries. I just posted this one in the community section. You can go there if you like this card or if this speaks to you. I just recently posted it, a reading for this card. There was a time when other people's energy really impacted you so heavily. And it was almost as if, take this if it resonates, but there may have been a time where you felt like you lost yourself in other people. And it was almost as if you couldn't tell where you ended and they began. There was this merging, this blending of energies, and it wasn't like a divine blending or merging. It was someone manipulating your sensitive nature. Someone who realized that through your kindness or your desire to make them comfortable, they were able to gain access to your energy and use you. And if this resonates with you, you know, the beautiful thing about it is that people who have empathic gifts and abilities, it is up to us to acknowledge that we have power that oftentimes empaths never tap into. 444 on the timer, but you're on a path where you are learning to own your energy. And you realize the power of it, and you realize that Your energy is not up for grabs. Your kindness is not meant to be used and abused by anyone. You own your energy. And you are able to connect with others and empathize with them when you wish, or when you see fit, or when you see that it's someone who deserves your energy. But if they're going to abuse your energy, you're able now to draw that line and say, nope, you're over here and I'm over here. You know what I mean? Boundaries. You're no longer feeling everybody's pain and trying to fix it. That's not your job. Also realizing that sometimes, you can sense a person's emotions, but you don't have to alter their emotions. That's not your job, okay? It's something you can do if you choose to, but if you want to use your abilities for healing purposes, or even if you just want to be at peace with yourself, this is important work that you're doing, where you are acknowledging that you own your energy and no one can siphon it or use you just because they're in the mood, okay? Or for any other reason. 33, card 33, awareness of cosmic influences. You know so much. You know so much. And, sometimes when you know a whole lot, life seems a lot more complex because you're not choosing to live in ignorance anymore. You choose to live in an awakened state. And so sometimes there are people who may they may not believe you. They may not honor the things that you honor. They may not see things from your point of view. But when you're as awakened as you are, doing the important work that you do, it's very easy sometimes to feel like, well, damn, who gets me? But that's a part of the enlightened path, is understanding that not everybody's supposed to get you. It's okay. You don't need their validation. You're beyond that. Because once you start connecting with other realms and the divine itself to get intuitive downloads, you're already doing something that a lot of people won't even acknowledge that that's a thing. Forget about whether they agree with it or not. They won't even acknowledge that that's a thing. There are a lot of people who don't want to acknowledge anything about the spirit realm. They want to pretend that it doesn't exist or that it doesn't impact people. Let them be where they are. It's not our job to change them. It's just our job to do what we're here to do. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're aware of what's out there. And because you tune into that, you're more tuned into what's inside of you as well. And sometimes you pick up on the disbelief in other people. 9/11 on the timer. What you do is extremely important. You might see sometimes other people's disbelief in the spirit realm as an emergency, but it's not. It's just where they are right now. And in time, they will understand. They will know. If that's something that's been on your mind, you might want to watch Stranger Things. I love that show. And there's a whole lot of instances where people are like, oh, I don't believe this or believe that. That's, spiritual hogwash or whatever. and then they see an alien right there in front of their eyes, or, you know, a monster or something. And it's kind of cool to see that play out, but that's a common theme throughout that series. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. I'm hearing go to the owls. Let's see what's coming through the tarot. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that this beautiful being needs to know at this time regarding their path, regarding their situation, their current situation? What do they need to know? Got Knight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Four of Cups, Temperance, Eight of Cups, and the Four of Swords. Okay. Ooh. Eight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune and Death. Okay. Wow. There's something very big going on right now with your work, like what you do, your soul's path and purpose. This is pertaining to work or your creativity. There's something that you're going to see totally transform just by your willingness to move forward. Your dedication, your consistency is extremely important right now. That's extremely important because there's something that wants to take you away from that. There's something that wants to take you away from your alignment with your work, with your purpose. You are so aligned for what you feel drawn to do. This is a beautiful thing because a lot of times people will go their whole life just feeling out of alignment with what it is that they're meant to do. But with you, you're meant to move at this time in the direction of your true path and purpose. You're a creator. You create things. That is in your nature. It's how you purify your energy. It's how you transmute energy. It's how you take what's been given to you and you turn it into something beautiful, something so wonderful. That's one reason why you're so abundant, is because you transmute energy at such a rapid rate. A lot of people don't understand this because they want you to remain the same. And that's what this is about. You're ready to go. Look at this. You're the Wheel of Fortune. This is your abundance. This is you moving. As you're dedicated to your soul's path and purpose, your soul's work. That's what this is here with the Eight of Pentacles. But somebody wants to bring an end to that. But all you're doing, you're even transmuting that. We're in minute 13, okay? 13 as I'm saying this. Somebody wants to bring the energy of death to what it is that you do, to your soul's path and purpose. And all you're going to do is transmute that. You are an alchemist. You are an alchemist. They cannot stop you. There's something that somebody's saying that they want that to have you all wrapped up and bound, and they want you like this, all bandaged up and not wanting to do anything, feeling like, oh my goodness, I can't even swim, the water's too cold, and on this little piece of ice, I can't go nowhere. They want you to feel like you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, you can't do blah, 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 blah. But what are you going to do with all that? Transmute it. Now we're in minute 14. Temperance. Yeah. You are an earth angel. That's why you got so many haters. Let them hate. You know? Because we can't force them to love, can we? You're gonna love, damn it. I mean, the message that I'm getting is that 1444 on the timer, you're chosen. There are a lot of people around you that you're being asked to be patient with. And not patient in that, like, the patience that an unhealed empath would give. Not that, because that's what some of us used to be, right? Where we allowed people to do whatever they wanted to do because we didn't want to be unkind, right? Maybe you were told growing up to be nice. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be nice. You're not always going to be nice, and that's okay. But don't allow the lack that you see in people around you, the lack of understanding, the lack of willingness to show up for themselves or show up for other people or show up for their community or whatever it is that you're noticing. The lack of common sense, whatever it is that you're noticing in people around you, have patience to the point where you don't allow it to frustrate you. Okay? With Eight of Swords, somebody wants you to feel bound, but look at you. You're the Knight of Swords. You couldn't care less. You're saying what you need to say. And that's a part of that card for healing the empath within. You can say what you need to say. And yes, you're still a kind person. Because you know who you need to be kind to first and foremost? You. So defending yourself or saying whatever it is, protecting yourself, whatever it is that you need to do, you can say that. But what I'm getting is that there's someone here where you're being encouraged to give them the Four of Cups. Just turn away. Because there's nonsense. Let's take a look. Oh, they said the extra deck. Let's take a look and see what this vibe is that they're trying to bring, that Divine is saying. Just turn away from it. What is it that they're trying to... Oh, and look! Because we were just at minute 14, and this is the Temperance card. This is your card. You're an Earth Angel. You're asking to remain, or you're being asked. Maybe there's something you're asking for, and somebody's not giving it. Maybe there's something you're asking someone for, and you've asked kindly. Maybe you've even stepped up a little bit and asked where they knew what was up, and they did not comply. What is the situation, Divine, that this beautiful being is being asked to have patience with? Okay, so there's someone here who has been projecting illusions. And they're feeling guilty about it. They've been projecting illusions about someone in the collective. This could be you. There's someone who has been trying to present your energy to other people in a very negative light. I'm hearing they twisted your words. They altered your words. They said you said what you didn't say. They tried to make you look like a completely different person with a completely different personality than what you have. They're an illusionist. And they did this to you, the collective. They're very guilty about it. They're very guilty. That's why they want to stop you from doing your soul's work. Because they're afraid of what you would say. They're afraid of what additional truth will be said, spoken, shared. You're being asked to walk away from this person. Turn away from them and do not allow their energy to fill your mind. With that Four of Swords, you're meditating on what's right for you. You're filling your mind with beautiful, divine thoughts of what you want to create. Because see, that is exactly the death that they want to bring, is by filling your mind with thoughts about them. And the fact that they feel guilty, well, see, the guilt comes from them being exposed. The guilt comes from them being exposed. And this is a person that can do bad all day. They can do evil all day long, because they reason with themselves why it's okay, right? But then when you mirror to them who they actually are and what they're actually doing, they see the ugliness of it. You're revealing to them who they actually are and what they're doing. 2111 on the timer. They can't handle it. And they're overwhelmed with guilt and remorse about what they've done to the collective. And because of that, they try to pull more tricks out of their hat. But what they're realizing is that there are not enough tricks anywhere to conceal the evil that they have done. There's not enough. They're out of tricks. Ace of Swords, this is the truth. That was from the other deck. Oh, that was from the Owl deck. Yeah, that's the truth. Look, they're trying to manipulate. This could be someone who is mature in age. So in other words, they ought to know better. They could be male or female, non-binary, doesn't matter. But they project masculine energy. And they're older in age, they should know better. This person is facing legal consequences for what they've done. And you know why they feel so damn guilty? Why they're overwhelmed with remorse? Is because they see you ascending. With all of the tricks that they have sent your way, they just see you ascending. You transmute everything. They have karmic masculine energy. They're very lustful. Extremely toxic. They want to fight. They're very combative. Remember, it doesn't have to be a male. This could be a female who projects very toxic masculine energy. What else, Spirit? Completely obsessed. Completely obsessed. Observing you doing your soul's work. Whatever it is that you do, beautiful being, you were meant to do it. Your occupation, however it is that you earn money, it is meant for you. And it's something that will continue to be, you're going to have longevity with it. In your distant future, you will continue to become more and more bountiful, more and more intuitive. This reminds me of that card that came through about the cosmos. Yeah, awareness of cosmic influences. See, and you're able to detect when evil energy is being sent your way. And that's just something that a lot of people, you know, they don't get it. And that's okay. That's why you can tune into things that Divine puts on your news feed, on your feed, that encourage you and uplift you. Whatever it is that you need, Divine will bring it to you. And remember that ultimately what you need is inside of you. It is really good to get that sense of camaraderie and that encouragement Or you might even tune into things that teach, as far as like, you know, teach through meditation or through audiobooks or whatever, but you're using your mental capacity for positive things that grow you on your path and that expand your opportunities that you're taking advantage of to create. Don't ever stop creating, beautiful being. We just had 25 on the timer. There are beings that want to bring an end to you, and the funny thing is they're learning from you at the same time. You're helping them to evolve, which is absolutely what they need, but they also want to bring your greatness and your alignment with your true path to an end, because it makes them uncomfortable. And that's the truth, is that as a spiritual teacher, because I can sense that that's exactly what you are. You teach, you encourage, you share. It's not always pretty, the work that you do. It's not supposed to be. It would be so great if it were always easy and so lovely and love and light, but when you're really about healing, you're not afraid to dig into the depths, to go into the abyss. And that work that you have done, where you have faced your inner demons, where was that one? Such an important card, confronting inner demons. That work that you have done, which by the way is card 18, just like the moon and the tarot. You've accessed those parts of yourself that were hidden. Now you're all about knowing and accepting all aspects of you, but a lot of people don't want to do that. And so some of the people that you're being encouraged to still remain in front of them, whether you are sharing online or posting on some sort of social media platform, or maybe writing a book, or whatever it is that you're doing, sharing your creative juices, you know, creating music, whatever it is that you're doing, you're being asked to still stand firm and be exactly who you are, no matter who's watching. Because the thing about this reading is that what's coming through is that a lot of your haters are actually lovers. Like, not, well, they could have been physical lovers at some point, but I don't get that they are anymore, but they love you. They love what you do, but they hate that they're not the ones doing it. And so it's like, you might ask yourself sometimes, is this really, like, why are they watching? They're watching because they're supposed to. They're supposed to. They can't stop doing it anyway. They can't stop watching you. They can't stop. But it's because there's something that they are meant to learn from you at this time. And Divine says, don't allow that to discourage you. Don't allow that to put any sort of fear in you. Don't allow it to distract you either, because you pick up on their energy now. You know when they're watching. Keep creating. You know, you might even want to do something where you're like, you pick up on their energy like, oh, thank you. And keep right on going. Because ultimately, if their eyes are on you, that is a compliment. Hey, what else, Spirit? They can't stop watching. Look, they love what they see. They love you. But I understand, because it's not the kind of love that chosen beings value, right? But we have to transmute this energy, right? And so it's all about our perspective and how we look at it. If they're not going to stop watching you, protect yourself and keep it moving. Protect yourself and keep it moving, because they're always going to be here. And when they're not here anymore, it's going to be somebody else. This reading really is about a particular aspect of your journey as a star, as a beautiful being who shares your light with the world. There are certain things that are no longer going to bother you. They can't, because they'll always be there. The ones who gawk, the ones who just watch, the ones who hate, the ones that give you side eye, but they're still listening and watching. They're always going to be there. People who were dreadful third parties at one time. Yeah, they're watching too. They're watching too. But let me tell you this. Who's watching who? They're watching you, right? So that means you're the one who's doing something. So keep doing the damn thing. Keep doing it. They're watching you. You're not watching them. You sense them. You can pick up on their energy. They might come through in a reading. That's fine. Because if they're coming through in your reading, that means that there's somebody very similar in your collective that you need to share information about as well. And somebody's going to get comfort about that. Whether you're writing a book and they're in your book, or you're writing a song and they're in your song, it doesn't matter. However, these karmic beings are coming through in what you create. That means that that is a message that someone in your collective, someone that's going to benefit and grow from what you create, needs to hear. And so sometimes when there's this like, get out, I don't want to talk about you, I don't want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it can feel like that. And that may be because you experience that energy and you're just like, you want to be done with it. But Divine says there's still something to get out of it, because someone needs that. Someone is dealing with an energy just like that karmic energy that you've experienced. So you don't have to shy away from it. If it comes through, if you've cleansed your energy and it comes through, it was meant to. Yeah, the flying monkeys too. You know the flying monkeys are watching. Come on now. They take a break from their little flight and they're like, okay, let's see what collective is doing. And then the thing is after they watch, they're not like, you know, commenting something nice and being sweet and, you know, sending a donation. Oh, no, that's not what they do. They're trying to project an illusion. Because they sat back and their soul got nurtured from it. And then they try to twist your words. Say something that you didn't say, or say that you said something you didn't say. We know their tricks, but you're protected from it, so it doesn't have to bother you. If you want to address it, you can. But we know they're going to be who they are until they're ready to evolve and become something greater. Okay? Something more in alignment with their true path. And not the tomfoolery that they're fucking with right now. You know? Evil eye. Yeah. All that. All of that. So let's see, moving forward, where Divine is encouraging you to go. What is on the horizon for you, beautiful being? Let's see what else is coming through. Oh, look at that crystalline clarity. Focus on that, because that's what you've got. Total clarity. You're a fortune weaver. That's what came through, is your abundance. Your ability to create abundance and prosperity under any condition. That's the thing. Like, protect your vibe. But you can create abundance with 2 sticks and a stone. Okay? You are on a path of triumph, beautiful being. Nothing can stop you. 3444 on the timer. Walk a path of victory. Every step you take leads to success. Trust that your path is leading you to a place of victory. Your persistence and hard work are paying off, so continue with confidence and certainty. Like Divine is being so, I love how they're coming through in this reading and just giving all the aspects of like how you've worked on yourself and you continue to work on yourself. A lot of people won't understand what you do. That's okay. Leave them where they are. That's all right. The people who want to watch are going to watch no matter what their intention is of watching, okay? We know people got evil eye and all of that stuff, but it can't harm you. It can't take anything away from you on your path, because all they're going to experience as they do these things, you know Divine got your back. All they're going to experience is shifting sands. They will not be able to stand on steady, stable ground. There's instability beneath their feet. Their foundation will erode over time. And you know what's happening is as they watch you, your wisdom becomes a part of their consciousness. So at some point, in some lifetime down the road, it will benefit them. But if they choose not to respect you as they view you, or as they read your words, or as they listen to your music, or as they whatever it is that they partake in, that you create, if they don't respect it and honor it, if they want to try to send evil energy towards you or towards your creations, what's going to continue to happen is your steady progress will outlast their shaky foundation. Trust in your long-term vision as they struggle to maintain their footing. So they are experiencing karma and they will continue to. It's just that they're so damn curious about what you got going on. Divine does not want you to stop doing what you're doing, or to allow there to be any sort of ending because of their energy. They can't touch you. They can watch you, but they can't touch you. And their energy cannot influence you in any negative way. And anything that you experience, you're just going to transmute it anyway. Think about up until this point, you've transmuted all of their BS, all of their craziness, and you're winning. You are winning. Cold winds. Yep, that's what they're experiencing. Their progress is frozen. Their forward momentum will be halted. Your calm and patience will create resistance against their fast-paced, reckless actions. That's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles. Wings of weakness. They're weak. And they become weaker and weaker every time they try to send you some negative energy. If they haven't learned by now that they need to stop, the thing is that this is all they know. That's why they watch you. And that's why Divine really wants you to just let them watch, because they need the positive lessons. They need that so that their soul can access it. Are they using it now? Right now, they're stuck in their misery. But eventually, these beings will evolve. Eventually, okay? But right now, they're weak as fuck. Their light is completely blocked. And see, that's how I see them, dark and watching you. You're a courage elixir. You have lunar blessings, so expect blessings. The next moon that we have is a full moon. Well, the next big moon event, okay? It's waxing right now. We had a new moon about probably almost a week ago. But yeah, at the next full moon or new moon, whenever you're watching this, it's going to be a big deal for you. It is. You're going to receive a lot of blessings, and Divine really wants you to tune into that transit, because it's going to be very powerful for you to tune into it. Okay, whatever the energy is of that particular moon phase, there's something there for you to tap into and tune into and access. I'm hearing there are blessings at that moon phase for you to access. You've got a courage elixir and that's your vibe. Listen, if you question whether or not you're cut out for your soul's true purpose, there's no need to question it. There's no need to, because the answer is that yes, you have exactly what is needed for you to do your soul's work. Drink deeply from bravery's cup. Face challenges head on to claim your victory. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Take risks and you will be rewarded, beautiful being. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Okay, we're gonna take a Shaman's Dream Oracle and see what message Divine is leaving you with. Thank you, Spirit, for your courage, your bravery, and for this beautiful being's ability to focus on their true path, no matter what. No matter what. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. What message does this beautiful being need? Gathering around the power of community. And we were just talking about how there are some eyes on you that, you know, they might not be thankful. They might not express their appreciation, but they're learning. They're learning. They are. Okay, they better not come with no nonsense, but they are learning, absolutely. Okay. And remember that there are so many beautiful beings around you, gathering around you, who are appreciative and who do see your beautiful blessings, okay? The power of community, being safe and secure, allowing help. There are times when you need positive reinforcement from others. Perhaps your journey has made you tired just before reaching the proverbial finish line, where your friends await to cheer your arrival. Know this, you are not alone. You are not alone, beautiful being. Regardless of whether you think you are. People gather around to help with your next step as you bring it forth from the cosmos into the beauty of life. There has never been another you before. And you have a unique relationship with your friends, family, communities, and all those who gather to help you in the unseen realms. Now is the time to allow assistance from others. Ask for it and trust that you will receive it. You are safe and secure right now in this moment, truly supported in your beautiful, amazing, sometimes complicated life. You are heard by angels, witnessed by the divine, and loved, yes, loved, now and always by life itself. Whatever your query, you will find the help you need to achieve what you desire, and you will not have to do this alone. Count on it. Thank you, Spirit. Listen, I feel like that is exactly the message that was needed, because it's like there can be a tendency to focus on the negative. You know, we know that the karmics are there, and there's still so much positive energy around you, of course within you. And Divine is bringing your focus back to that, because it's amazing. And what you build, what you create, is absolutely magnificent. It is miraculous. And it's something that a lot of people are watching you do. And they're inspired by this. Yeah, there are haters. Yeah, there are wannabe imitators. But there are also people who are truly inspired. And within some of the haters, there are aspects within them that truly admire you. It's just that they allow their negative energy to win. Okay? So, to win over them. Their negative energy ain't winning over you. Okay? But they allow their negative energy to drown out any praise, any sincerity, any kindness. But that's okay, because all of that sincerity, that sweetness, that kindness, that greatness, it's within you. And there's a whole lot around you as well. There is. And you're going to continue to attract more of that on your path. All right, beautiful being. I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm thankful that you tuned in. I hope that you got something positive out of this message, some clarity, some encouragement. And I love you, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.